When going through a word problem, it's wise to have a couple of reads of the question and then go through and extract some of the key information and see if you can make an equation. Now in this case, it would be wise to pause here, read through the question, and then see if your solution is similar to what we're about to see. Let's have a look at how you might break a word question like this down. We can see in purple that we've got the product of 7 and an unknown number, which we haven't identified yet. This is being subtracted from something, so we've isolated the subtract in blue because that's an important part of the equation. In the maroon, we can see we've got the square of a number. In green, we've got the result as -10, which is what the equation is going to equal. And in red is the question. We're being asked to identify the number. So they're the key bits of the equation that's been identified here. Let's have a look at how we can actually write it as an equation. Let's first of all identify the unknown number as x, so we can then write an equation from there. Let's have a look at the words again and see if we can match it to our equation. In purple, we've got the product of 7 and the unknown number x. Now product means multiply, so algebraically that's 7x. We're going to put that down first of all, but remember that's being subtracted from the square of the unknown number. Now the square of the unknown number is x squared, so we write down x squared minus 7x. The result of that subtraction is -10. We can see that in green, and the result implies that it's equal to -10. Let's have a look at how we now solve this. The first thing we'll do is we'll make it equal to 0, because if a quadratic equation is equal to 0, we can rewrite it in factored form. So we take the -10 across to the left-hand side. We now look to factorise this expression, and because this trinomial only is written as x squared, there's no number in front, we can apply the procedure of asking what adds to the middle number, in this case -7, and what two numbers multiply to the end number, in this case +10. And by going through and doing some trial and error, we can see that the two numbers that will achieve that are -2 and -5. So our resulting quadratic equation in factored form is x minus 2 and x minus 5. The next step to say is if it's equal to 0 as a product, then one of the bracketed expressions must equal 0. Let's first of all try x minus 2. If x minus 2 equals 0, that means that we can then solve that to give x equal to 2. Now let's look at the other bracket. If x minus 5 is equal to 0, we can solve that by saying x is equal to 5. So our two solutions to this problem are that x is equal to 2 or 5. So this is the algebraic solution to the question. Of course, the question was given in words, so we must go back and answer it in words, and x represents the number. So the number in question is either 2 or 5. It's always wise to go back to the word question and then check to see that the numbers that are given actually do work. Let's try it with 2. The product of 7 and 2 is 14. If this is subtracted from the square of the number 2, that's the same as saying 4 take 14, which is -10. So in the case of 2, the solution works. Try it for yourself and see if the solution also works when we substitute 5 for the number in the word question.